It's a nice place. Well, I might have been born just poor white trash, but I sold 1 million records, made a little cash. The doctors and the lawyers, they don't think it's funny that they're living next door to white trash with money. White trash with money, let's go.
Listen, did you know? Welcome to White Trash with Money. Happy Thanksgiving and welcome back to White Trash with Money. I'm your host, Justin Danger Nunley, my co-host, Matt Lyda, and our special guest today. I'm very excited to have him on. Love this guy. Listened to him for years. I got a motor hanging from a tree, a satellite dish, a trampoline, a 68 red Chevelle. Been known to raise a little hell.
Yes, sir.
My good buddy Colt Ford is in the house today.
Hey, what's happening?
What's happening, brother?
Man, I'm so glad to be here with y'all.
Hey, I'm glad you're here. You know, I'm just glad you're alive, brother.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I was telling somebody, I was like, I never cared nothing about birthdays. I'm just like, whatever. But that one I had right after the accident, I was like, I'm pretty happy about this 55th one. Yeah, it was all right. Happy to get to it.
You know, this is mine and your first time, meeting each other. Yeah, we followed each other for a couple years now. And, when I walked out there, I was like, they said, hey, Colt's here. I walked out there, I was like, where the hell's he at? Brother, how much weight have you lost?
I don't know, about 80, 90 pounds, something like that. Yeah, about an 8th grader or something. I don't know.
Lost an 8th grader here.
Skinny 8th grader.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You look good.
Thank you, man.
You look good. How you feel?
I feel good.
Yeah.
I do. I feel good. Physically, I feel really good. I can do a 90-minute show and not even hard to break a sweat. Well, before I was sweat as soon as I stepped out there.
Sweating like Ruben Studdard.
Yeah,
huh?
Like Leon Spinks in a spelling bee. I mean,
What happened? But for everybody that don't know,
I walked off stage April 4th last year, 24, Phoenix, Arizona, sold out show. Walked off, got on the bus, sat down. My crew guy, my sound guy, took my ears off and was going back inside. He said, I looked at him and said, "Boy, I'm getting too old for this shit." And he walked off the bus, and then they found me gone.
Really?
Yeah. Had 2 Widowmakers back to back. They brought me back twice.
You died?
I died. Yeah, twice.
Good.
How long were you out for?
I don't know.
They don't.
That was one of the craziest things, because when my wife finally got to Phoenix, it was in Phoenix. I mean, my wife's sitting home in Tulsa. She lands in Phoenix. She don't know if I'm even alive when she gets there. So it was 10 hours of surgery at one hospital. They couldn't get it. They said there's nothing else they can do. Then they got me on the ECMO and got me. I mean, it was so much worse than we could put out on social media. It was just too much. I mean, it was 2 heart attacks. Everything quit down. I was in a coma for 8 days. ECMO, they said I had no chance of survival on it, but I was on it for 7 days. It was just crazy. I mean, it was just crazy.
How has that changed your perspective on things?
Yeah.
Very, I'm being way more present than I was before in everybody, and especially my loved one's life and youngins and family. Like you gotta, if you need to say it, you need to say it.
Because I mean, you got given a gift that not many people get. Like you got a second chance, brother.
The doctor out there at the Mayo Clinic's one of the top 2 or 3 heart doctors in the world, and he said, "You are 1% of 1%." He said, "I have no idea, other than God, how you survived. There's
wild.
No way you should have been there." And I mean, it was crazy. I woke up and I'm like, "Hey, what happened?" I don't remember any of it. I don't remember before it. I don't remember. I lost about 2-3 weeks where I don't remember anything.
Really?
Cannot recall anything. And I woke up out of the coma. I just buried one of my closest friends, Toby, a month or so before, and he used to call me Little Dog Daddy because he's Big Dog Daddy. And I was like, I don't mind being a little dog to him. He's the man. And so we just lost him, and I was still tore up about that. And then clear as a bell, bright light. Toby's down there and said, "They ain't ready for you, little dog, going back down there."
Are you serious?
And then I woke up and I was like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Really?
That's how I woke up. Yeah.
Man.
How's your relationship with God changed?
Stronger. I mean, listen, I'm from Georgia. I mean, I was raised in the church. I mean, and I've always said about my music, God, family, friends, America. That's who I am. It's what I do. It's who I'll always be. But yeah, a lot more talking and a lot more listening.
A lot more listening.
Matter of fact, a lot less talking. My dad passed away this year, 89 years old, and he used to say, boy, you got 2 ears, 1 mouth. You need to listen twice as much as you talk. And I didn't take that advice for most of my life.
I don't think any of us.
I always had something to say. I mean, even when I didn't have nothing to say, I'd make up something. And I'm listening a lot more now.
Really?
Yeah.
What church was you raised in?
First Methodist.
Okay.
Yes.
Methodist.
Yeah.
Do you know what a Methodist is, don't you?
I don't know, but
It's a Baptist with an education.
Absolutely. That's what my mom, she said that. My mama said, they'll try to drown you down there at that Baptist church.
Yeah.
Well, you know, everybody makes fun of me as a Pentecostal, but you know the Pentecostal church came from the Methodist church.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, that's where its roots came from. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was raised Church of Christ, so I'm better than both of y'all.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. According to y'all.
It's just facts.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely.
Not to get too personal,
No.
but like, and you may not want to answer this, and I'm okay if you don't, but like, do you have any long lasting physical effects from that whole stint?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I will probably lose my leg from the knee down at some point.
Are you?
Yeah. So when they got me to the first hospital, they made a mistake. So in the return line, so when they got me to the Mayo Clinic, they had to do a emergency fasciotomy. They couldn't get blood flow back in my leg. It was about to explode. So the doctor, he said, man, Colt, normally fascia. I mean, like, we know what's going on, and I take my time. He goes, it was try to save your life or try to be careful doing a fasciotomy. So they sliced me open, and it's caused a ton of issues in my leg and neuropathy, and it caused a thing called Charcot or something. I don't know. But yeah, I got to deal with that.
Do you have feeling in a lot of
I don't feel anything but pain in it. That's all I feel. I don't feel nothing regular. I have a hard time driving because I can't tell where my foot, if I'm pushing down.
Right.
Sometimes I have to be a little careful. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely some things I'll have to deal with for the rest of my life. There's some medications I will always be on, apparently.
That's a good trade-off.
Yeah, but I'm still here.
Well, more important than anything, has it affected the golf game?
Well, I don't know. I hit golf ball Saturday for the first time in 2 years.
Really?
Since the accident, yeah.
Which I know that's your a passion of yours.
I played it professionally for 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny. I give all the guys a hard time. George Birds and Jake and all. A lot of guys can play. I'm like, you gotta understand. I paid my mortgage playing golf. Like, not out here messing around. Like, we're not gonna compare resumes. I'm not gonna compare resumes. I play guitar, but not like Brad Paisley. So I'm not gonna compare resumes.
I'm learning something right now because I had no clue that you played golf professionally.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
I played a tour for 10 years. I mean,
I got introduced to you
most
when
people
I was in
thought male
Korea.
model. Yeah. When they see me, they thought just male model. Not professional.
Right, yeah.
golfer.
No. Yeah.
I mean,
That's
when
what
I
you
first
thought.
saw you, I was like, smash. Next
Yeah,
question.
absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, I had no clue. I got introduced to you when I was in Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah, by a good buddy of mine. He's like, you got to check this guy out. And I was like, yeah.
The military, and if you've ever seen my show, my microphone stand is a shotgun with an American flag on it.
That's good.
And it's going to fly up here as long as I'm standing up there.
I love it.
I even had a guy one time at the venue said he didn't want me to have that on stage, and I said, well, I tell you what,
I'll find another stage.
I'll go out there and tell them that, and then we'll just see what happens. And he didn't want me to do that. I don't know why. I'm like, they'll tear this place apart if I ask them to.
Yeah.
No problem.
I don't think you understand my fans.
They'll tear this. I don't know if you. I'm not Hunter Hayes. Like, these people here tear stuff up. Yeah. I'm like, I don't know.
Let's name some names.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying.
He's saying it's Scotty McQuarrie.
No, I mean, I
crowd
love
here,
Scotty, but
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, like, yeah.
I love it.
So it's been a heck of a thing, and I'm trying to get the positive out of it right now. Obviously, I'm still here, and that's a positive. My dad got to see me play in Athens, hometown, before he passed. That was,
Roll Tide, by the way.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand that. And I ain't complete. My bus.
This is part of his listening and not speaking.
My bus
This
driver.
is him being a good Christian.
My
right?
bus driver's Roll Tide. No,
Colt's seen the other side, and he's like, well, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just great. Good for you, Justin. Roll Tide. Yeah, at least it ain't Tennessee. No, I'm just kidding.
Hell yeah, brother. I'm
Well,
not.
we were watching highlights in there, and my publicist, she's Auburn, and she goes,
Oh, no.
"Did you watch that game? It was Auburn Vandy. It was close." I go, No, I didn't watch that game. I hope they both lose. I don't care what happens in Vandy. Auburn.
Who the hell's watching Auburn and Vandy? I did watch that game though. It was a good ending. I was like, why did Vandy not just kick that field goal? Why'd they go for that?
Exactly.
You know? And then dude tackled himself.
Right.
Yeah, it was a great ending.
I mean, it was. It's fun.
We all got the result. Alabama fans got the result they wanted. You know,
I don't care about it like
sorry.
I used to. I mean, I used to care about it more.
Yeah.
So but it's still exciting.
Yeah, I had
You
an
cared
old
about
man.
it more before that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But not as much as some of our buddies. You know, some of our buddies, I'm like, y'all go crazy. You didn't even go to school there. What are you talking about? I went there. I mean, at least. I mean,
I had an old man tell me, he goes, Matt, I'm a big South Carolina fan, and I'm just used to losing. And we were in the parking lot. I was so upset. It was after like Texas A&M beat us like 100-0 or something. He goes, why you get so upset over a bunch of 19-year-old kids that probably after this game, they're about to go down there and party in 5 points. And they don't even know that game even existed.
Whatever. Yeah.
And he's like, those kids don't care as much as you do. And he's like, you shouldn't be.
Yeah, I'm trying to let go of all that stuff. It really don't make no sense anyway.
He said, just enjoy the day.
Yeah.
Enjoy the fact that you got to hang out with us, hang out with your friends. And he's like, but don't get tore up.
I'm trying to get rid of that. It's caused me so much anxiety. And so I never had anxiety. I was scared of my God, my mama, and my wife. That's it. Anybody else, whatever you want to do. Fight, foot race, whatever. I was, make it easy on yourself. And then all of a sudden I wake up and I'm terrified of everything.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy. Panic attacks. I've had several times where I like all of a sudden kind of get disoriented, like where I was at and stuff. And
Which is like PTSD.
yeah, no, it's a lot of that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of that. And, Marcus Luttrell, lone survivor, Marcus, one of my close friends, and every day he's sending me texts. I'll wake up in the hospital, get your ass out of bed. It's time to work. Time to go after it. And it's like I've been trying to do that.
Did you ever tell him, say, Marcus, I had a heart attack. I didn't slip and fall down a hill.
Yeah, I didn't get shot 14 times and stabbed and
No,
got in a pretty big gunfight.
I told Marcus that over here at Bridgestone before Charlie Daniels, his
jam.
his jam that he always did. Or what.
I did it one time.
And Marcus is back there, and I'm with Sean Ryan and Marcus, and they're telling war stories and stuff. And I'm just like, I was like, I slipped and fell down my grandma's hill at her house one time too, Marcus.
Yeah.
I was like,
what's the big deal?
But they didn't write a movie about it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't that big a deal. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
oh my goodness. Well, we're all thankful that you
I
are
appreciate
here.
it, guys.
I know
I'm
it's been a wild journey over the last almost 2 years now.
It has been, but it's been opening and in so many other good ways. I mean, so I'm getting out of the focusing on the negative stuff because the depression, it's a real thing. I didn't even not like PTSD, but I didn't even believe in like anxiety and depression before. It just wasn't. I'd never really felt it, right? I mean, I've played professional golf for a living. Like the pressure doesn't. I like it, kind of. You know what I mean? Like when the light turns red, that's what I like. I like that. I don't get nervous. I get yeah. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, it's different. And getting back on stage the first time was terrifying.
Really?
Terrifying.
And
If it wasn't for Brantley, I would not have got back. I would have never played music again.
Really?
Yeah. Honest to God, yeah. He saved my music career because he wanted me to go on tour this year on the Tattoos tour, but we have to book that, in advance, and I can't. I wasn't sure till I did it. I'm like, I can't commit to March 1st. I don't know what's going to happen. I haven't tried yet. So he goes, so I couldn't commit. And I was just terrified to go back out. And he goes, look, you're going to come out with me 2 weeks, 3 shows each week. His arena, big, huge shows. And he brought me out in the middle of his show and let me do 15 minutes in the middle of his set. This is his tour. He's, I mean,
unheard of.
Yeah, I mean, Bert Kreischer's probably not going to let you come out and do 15 minutes in the middle of his routine. I mean, that's not normal. I wouldn't even think to ask anybody that.
Yeah, the headliner.
No, I'm not even asking that.
Yeah.
And his band play, and he goes, "You're going to ride my bus, and you don't have no expense. There's no expense because you ain't got no band, no crew, no stress." And we went out and did 15 minutes, and then I'd try to walk off stage, and he'd be like, "Nope." He'd call me back out there, and they'd give me a 2 or 3 minute standing ovation every night, and that let me know I could come back. Because I didn't want to, and I was just too scared. Really.
That's a good friend.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Man.
he was actually out there in Phoenix when it happened, because Country Thunder was going on. That's where we were all out there. And Brantley and I are truly brothers, like brothers. I mean, if you do something to me, you will have to see him at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, like in whatever capacity that is. And he somehow, calls were being made, and he got right over there to the hospital with me, and he about went to jail that night because they don't want to tell anybody what's going on with me, because nobody's a relative to me in this bus. Nobody's related to me. I mean, it's my band, my crew. I mean, like,
Yeah.
they don't want to tell nobody nothing, and they don't want to tell Brantley nothing. Megan is still in Tulsa trying to figure out a way to get there, and Brantley is the sweetest guy in the whole world. But Brantley has a switch that's a different thing, like a lot of us do. When you start talking about his loved ones, you need to be real sure what you say and what you do, because there will be consequences and repercussions. And they wouldn't tell Brantley anything. And then the doctor came out, and Brantley B was like, I see him he's covered in your blood. He's telling me you've been in there for 6-7 hours. He said there's nothing else they could do. The only thing that would help would possibly be ECMO, which is at the Mayo Clinic, another hospital, and we just can't. And Brantley just was like, you're going to get him in that Mayo Clinic, doctor, or you're going back in this hospital as a patient. He called Amber, his wife. He said, I'm probably going to go to jail. I just want to let you know. He had already taken his Rolex off, gave it to his security. He's like, if they don't get him over there and tell me what's going on, I'm going to tear all this shit up. I meant, like, and people were like, would he have really done that? I was like, yeah, like you were going to, he wasn't kidding. Like, he said, if you don't, it's going to be a terrible misunderstanding.
This is one of those.
I mean, like, I'm like,
there's some of them consequences. Like
this is fixing to happen now. And he said that dude was shaking, and then they got Mayo Clinic, and they came in there like the SWAT team and took me over there and did another 8 hours of surgery. And
what is ECMO? I've never heard of this.
so ECMO, if you ask it, they would say a 40-year-old man in perfect health has about a 25% chance of surviving 2 days on ECMO. ECMO works your lungs and your heart, and it works your body for you. I'm dead, basically.
Yeah.
It's working it. Blood flow, heart, lungs. It's super expensive. You got to have multiple nurses to run it. It's not everywhere either. Very few places have it. So Mayo Clinic, that one is a heart hospital. So matter of fact, my wife's best friend, who's a nurse, when she called her and told her, she goes, they put him on ECMO. She goes, he's going to die, Megan. You need to be prepared. He will not make it off of ECMO.
Really?
No way. So I don't know. I did. Some good Lord wasn't ready, and the devil was afraid, I guess.
And there wasn't like any like leading up to you passing out on the bus. It was like no signs or symptoms.
Kid Rock and Steve Smith had set me up to go to a place, and I don't want to say the place because it's not but I just went there and visited and did 3 days of where you see like 20-something doctors. They call it like an executive health thing, and you see all of them. I did that 10 days.
Just right before.
10 days before I was laying in a coma.
Holy shit.
So I imagine you hadn't even gotten results back from that yet, really.
No. Well, I mean, good results. That is what I'd gotten back. So, yeah, it was, I mean, I didn't feel a thing. I don't remember anything. I played a sold-out show. Oddly enough, people were saying it was the best. There was a lady there. My mama's 82 years old, bless her heart. She loves talking to people on the internet about me. And I'm like, Mama, you don't know who these people are.
Yeah.
You cannot give them your phone number.
Right.
Stop giving them your address. I mean, I get letters. I'm like, well, there you're fat. I understand that, Mama. I realize that.
There's some crazy
You
ones
got to
out
quit
there,
doing
too.
that. Like, somebody's going to show up at the house. Now quit. And she met a lady that she talked to on Facebook. This lady was at the show. She said, I've seen Colt play. My husband and I have seen him 10 times in the last 15 years. She's like, this was the best I'd seen. I mean, he was rocking. It was unbelievable. She said, we walked outside and we saw ambulance, police, and chaos, out parking lot by the bus. She goes, but they didn't know what was going on. And then they found out because it was all over news and TMZ and all. This lady goes down to her church. I don't know this lady. 400 or 500 of her church members show up on a Thursday afternoon and pray for me for 4 or 5 hours.
Lord.
People, you don't believe in God?
Mm.
What are you saying? I don't know these people.
Right.
Pray.
You know what I've heard in this whole thing is something that's like comforting to me of other people that I've known to pass in a similar situation, is that you had no clue what was going on. It would have been a very peaceful going.
For me, it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything.
The way I live, I need about 30 seconds of the Lord letting me know.
I literally don't remember anything. And it's crazy. Brantley, bless his heart, he's known my son, my little boy. I say my little boy, he's 26 years old right now. He's got a son, and he's 6'5", 250. But Reynolds has known Brantley since he was 6 years old. So this is when you're talking about a good friend. Brantley immediately got my son on the phone in Jacksonville, Florida, where he was working a job, and got him and his wife and flew him out to Phoenix. He took care of it, flew him out there so they could be there. So I woke up, and I saw my wife, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. She's normally but I didn't, and I looked, and I'm like, why is my son here? I knew that was weird, and, so,
and you had no idea that 8 days have passed by at this point.
No concept. None whatsoever. I don't know what
That'll
day.
freak you out.
Oh man, I've never lost time before. I just never have, and I lost 2 or 3 weeks of like no memory whatsoever. Yeah. They were like, "You don't remember on the way out there we stopped and did this?" I was like, Brantley was like, "We were talking on the phone about going to play golf, and I was supposed to play golf with Larry Fitzgerald." I was like, "I don't remember any of that, none of it."
So I wonder if he was like just on damn autopilot mode.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Or you lost the memory.
I walked out there. He said, I took my ears. I said, well, I'm getting too old for this shit. And he walked back inside. The doctor at Mayo Clinic told me an interesting thing. He said, he said something about the chain of life. And I said, I'm still on all kinds. I said, you're going to have to tell me more about that. I want to, what's the chain of life? And he says, I'll come back later when, he was big doctor. So he had all the little youngsters following him around, watching what he's doing or whatever. He said, when I get done with him, I'll come back around here. And so he came back in there and shut the door and talked to me like a country boy alpha male. I need you to talk. I don't need you to tell me no bullshit. I need you to look at me and tell me what's going on. He was like, you are 1% of 1%. You should not have survived. And I said, he goes, the chain of life is this. Everybody that was involved in the situation, somewhere along the line, they played a point. From the point of, I generally, when I get done with the show, I ain't doing it. Despite what people like to think, we're out there partying and raising hell. Some of them are, and I used to, but I'm 56 years old right now. I'd rather watch Dateline and eat a popsicle in the back of my bedroom and not be bothered. So I normally go back to my bedroom, take a shower, call my wife. They don't bother me till the next day. Well, if they'd have done that, if I'd have gone back there, they'd have found me dead in Las Vegas, which is where we were playing the next day. And there's no ECMO machine in Las Vegas. The day after that, I would have been in with Chris Jansen at Lake Havasu. That would have been a 3-hour life flight to ECMO. That wouldn't have worked. I'd have been dead there. So he goes, so happening here, my bass player just decided to walk on the bus for some reason because it was hot. And he goes, I'm going to bring Colt. He told the guys they were doing something. He said, I'm going to take Colt to Gatorade or something. And when he walked on the bus, I was already out. So, and
you just sitting in the living room, like you said.
But again, I normally go to the back. I sit down in the front lounge for some reason, in my seat where I normally, it's like it's my bus. I normally sit right here, and I didn't go to the back. I just sat down there, and he wouldn't normally bring me a drink either. I mean, he just, I don't know why he decided to do that, but he walked in and found me, and then all hell broke loose.
It's because of God. That's why it is. That's all it is.
100%.
We consider
you can sit there and call it whatever you want to, but I'm saying, but he was saying that in a spiritual and just a realistic way, and he was being honest with me as a doctor. Sometimes they can't differentiate stuff, and he was like, everybody played a part, whether it be Brantley or whoever. My manager Joe he flew out there. I mean, everybody played a role in keeping me alive, and it was something.
Well, God knew that was going to happen. He knew that it wasn't your time.
I was in the right place,
and he knew that you now have a testimony. and you have a platform.
Absolutely.
And it's how do you use that platform? Do you use it for good or for bad, or do you just completely shut down and go sit in a corner somewhere in the dark and
That's
wither
what I
away?
started doing.
Whereas you've got this platform, talk
I
about
started
God,
doing
tell
that
your
at
story.
first. I didn't want to. I was like, I don't. It affected me mentally so bad. I'm like, I don't want to be around it. I don't want to be. And then,
And it's easy for people like me to sit here and say, man, you've been given a gift. You got to tell people about this.
I know that.
It's
yeah.
easy to say that.
You're right. And that my dad was just unbelievably spiritual guy, and he said so many great things. And you know, he told me, he said, son, when everything was rocking and we'd talk every day, you got 100 problems, this, that, and other. He goes, you got this, you got one problem, your health. That's it. And that made me go, oh, okay. You're right. I meant, like, it was powerful, man. It hurt me from a standpoint of not being able of how it affected everybody else, that I didn't know what was going on, obviously, but the fear of that, I'm like, I was so sad. I'm like, my wife gets this call. She's been awake for 24 hours. She gets on a 6:30 a.m. flight to Tulsa, lands in Phoenix at 6:30 a.m. because of the time change, and doesn't know when she hits the ground if I'm alive. Like, she's coming out there and probably thinking she's coming to probably bring a dead man home. Mm-hmm. Really, she doesn't know what's happening. She's getting ready to take off, and she saw her phone ring with Arizona, and she couldn't answer. They were taxiing out, and
damn.
And the voicemail said, "Hope you're here in the next 30 minutes." Same voicemail for my son. Like, he's in Georgia, she's in Tulsa, I'm in Phoenix, so ain't nobody gonna be there in 30 minutes. So she touched down. My tour manager picks her up, and she goes, for the first 10 minutes we were just driving. She's like, I didn't say anything. I was just in a daze. And she goes, I finally looked at Eli and goes, is he alive? And he goes, oh yeah, he's alive. They put him on ECMO. So my guys are excited because they're like, that's going to help him. The nurses in ICU call that circling the drain when they put you on ECMO. I mean, it's 4th and 99 and no time left. They just say it's circling.
You got a Hail Mary.
Yeah. I mean,
that's all you got.
100%.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
And Doug Flutie ain't walking to the
and
door.
a couple laterals.
Right. And my wife is a nurse
right.
as well. And so.
Oh, so she knows what's up.
So they put him on ECMO. And she's like, oh. I mean, in her mind, now she really knows what ECMO means. Mm-hmm. They don't know what ECMO means. And she's like, yeah, because her best friend said, Megan, he's not going to make it. He's going to die. Mm-hmm.
What kind of nurse is your wife, by the way?
She was a oncologist.
Okay, my wife is a NICU nurse.
That was her call. I mean, she wanted to work. I mean, that's kind of a calling for it. But she's not. Nurse Ford is who she is now, taking care of me.
Well, that's what I was about to say.
She could kill me. I take every pill she hands me. I have no idea what I'm taking.
So my wife and I, we've been married for 23 years, right?
Good for you.
And the longer we've been married, the older we get, the more we appreciate the little moments together, sitting on the back porch, smoking a cigar, drinking some wine, and just talking, right? How has y'all's relationship changed since this?
Same. I mean, like, she's my best friend. She's my person. Like, you know, my ex-wife, Jessica Ann, God bless her. We were married 25 years. Great. I got, but I found my person with Meg. She had been through previous marriage, and we just, we needed each other. And, and she saved my life, man. I mean, she got a stress fracture in her foot in the hospital from standing 10 hours a day talking to me. She wouldn't sit down. And they were like, you can put, she's like, no. So she nursed me back to life. I mean, like, when I got back to Tulsa 3 months later, I still had all kinds of wounds. Like, it looked like, not to be too graphic, like somebody hit me in the crotch on both sides with an axe. I mean, like, from all the lines and stuff. So I mean, she's still having to pack wounds, and I mean, I had to learn to walk again.
That was a hell of a catheter.
Yeah, I'm telling you. If we want to get real intense, I could tell you something else that I've sent a picture to all my friends, and they're like, Jesus Christ. But I had to send it to my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the truth of the matter is,
quit eating cheeseburgers.
Yeah, well, I told them that too. I was like, y'all better stay away from that damn Waffle House, son. If some good did come out, a lot of my buddies, a lot of guys been like, shit, I went Randy House, like, I'm going to the doctor. I mean, like, everybody. Yeah.
You made your money off of Waffle House. Come on now, Cole.
Waffle House been good to me. I can tell you, but I can't do it too much no more. Yeah, man. Every day I'm picking up new things from it, learning from it and trying to let go of the negative stuff. And because I don't have but one, they were my manager and they're like, man, you go out and sit on a stool. I said, the hell you say? I don't do that. I don't even mean it ugly. I just don't. That's not how I work.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't want to see George Strait do what I do on stage.
Yeah.
Right.
That wouldn't look.
I
right.
want him just to stand
I don't want
there.
Jamie to play like Colt.
Yeah.
And I can't play like Jamie. So that's fine. But if I can't play like that, then I'll just stay at the house.
Yeah.
If I can't do it.
When I buy a Colt Ford ticket.
Yeah.
I want
you
a
go
party.
see a Colt Ford show. That's what I do. And so that was, the nerve-wracking part of that. Can I do it? How would my energy be? Can I freaking remember the words? I meant like, they told my wife that they're like, because she gets there, I'm going to come, and they're like, we'll have to see how he is, neurologically before, when he wakes up. And she's like, hell, I don't know if y'all going to be able to tell. I meant like, I don't know if you'll be able to know or not. Fair enough. That's fair. I meant,
We'll be back to the podcast in just a minute, but first, I want to tell you what I like to eat when we're in between filming podcast episodes.
What are you doing?
Kick-ass beef jerky. I always keep them handy. That way.
Have you had the summer sausage?
I have before, man. That's a lot of meat. It's girthy.
Oh, I got some.
Where can I?
Oh. Ow. Yeah, it's the pepper jack one. Try it.
What in the hell is wrong with you?
It's my snack.
Did you have that keistered?
Yeah.
Anyways, kick-ass beef jerky. I can't wait to eat it when I finally get it opened.
Back up.
Back to the podcast episode. Are you still, are you still the same minded person that you was though?
I don't think so.
No.
In a lot of ways I am, but I'm trying to get back to that.
Yeah.
Justin.
How so?
I was always, if you ask anybody that knows me, just like he's sitting right over here, we've known each other 20 years. I ain't never had a frown on my face. I was always cutting up and having fun and making sure everybody else was having fun. And the anxiety has, made me not even want to be around people some.
Really?
And I was always, this is who I was. It's how my dad was a people guy. This is who I've always been. Hey, what's that? What can I do to help you? Can I make you feel, whatever.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like, I don't want to talk to nobody. I just want to stay here at the house with the wife and dogs.
That's depression.
Yeah.
Yep. That's depression.
That's depression. I've been through clinical depression before. It'll mess with you, brother.
Dead ass. I always kind of thought anxiety and depression, like I'm 56 and grew up in Georgia by father. My daddy didn't have indoor plumbing until he was 18 years old. He picked cotton. So I grew up like with that, I'll give you something to cry about. I don't care. Get your ass. What you talking about? Get to work.
Yeah.
I was 38 years old before I saw my dad miss a day of work. And he'd have gone that day, my mama threatened to kill him. So that's all I knew to do. I grew up in that era, and I thought somebody going, oh man, my feelings hurt. I was like, I'm sorry. I didn't think that was real, and I realized it is. And depression and stuff you got to talk about, and you got to reach out to friends. I just did Tracy Lawrence. I was just over with TL, and we were talking about it. It got a little emotional in the podcast because TL's always been good to me, and he's checked in on me a couple of times, like when I needed. He's like, yeah, I know. When I was talking to you, I knew, because I ain't never been that way. And a lot of my friends, Jamie and Brantley, those guys ain't never heard me talk like that. They ain't never heard me be silent and be absent and be negative. I was just always the guy. Even the same with my music career. I've never had a song in the top 40. I've sold 5 million records. I've never had a top 40 song of my own. I've written ones for other people.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Never. Radio would not play me. I was probably 10 years too early. But in my mind, I didn't care. I felt like I opened the door for Jellies and FGL and Sam Hunt. They all say that. Like, we didn't even know we could make songs like that till we heard, Ride Through the Country and No Trash and Dirt Road Anthem. So,
yeah, Dirt Road Anthem, such an iconic song. And every time you talk about Brantley Gilbert, Man, that's all I can think about because that's one of the more iconic songs.
Me and Brent, that's my song. I mean,
Yeah.
it was on my first record. Brantley and I wrote that song. We didn't have no idea that anybody would give two shits about what we was
That
talking
is
about.
wild to me that song, yours and Brantley's, right? And you've never had a top 40. That is crazy.
Because when Jason Aldean, he sang it on an award show first, right?
CMT Awards.
Yeah, and I can remember the next day on the radio, because at the time I worked at Frito-Lay delivering potato chips, and this was pre-Bluetooth and all that stuff, right?
Right.
So he puts that song out. The next day the radio was blowing up. Can y'all play that song? They played it 100 times if they played it once.
It's his biggest song by almost double anything he's ever done.
Really?
I think it's about to be diamond. That's 10 million.
And
There's
y'all released
only a few
it.
of
Y'all
those.
released it first.
Oh, it's my song.
Yeah,
It's on
and
my record. I don't.
Well, when it came out, I was like, I've heard this before.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a
Randy and I
South
had to
Georgia
make-
boy.
We had to make a video telling people, like, our fans went nuts, because at that time me and Brantley were so underground. It was so grassroots for us. We weren't on radio. Well, I still ain't, but he is. But we weren't none of that. And so our fans were up in arms. Like, we had to make a video and the whole thing with Jason going, he didn't steal the song. He stole the song. No, he didn't steal the song.
And it's good for you that he recorded
hell
it.
yeah.
I mean, like,
No, I'm tickled to death. I wish he'd cut a few more like that.
he's like,
If he's got, I got some more if he wants them, Jason.
He's got some doctor bills.
Let me
He's
know.
got-
You know, and then Jason returned the favor with me with "Driving Around" song, which is also one of
man.
my biggest songs. And
Yeah.
you know, so it's weird. I meant to watch how that's happened. And a lot of my artist friends. The last time I was here with Eric, I said that same thing. He was like, "Really? You don't?" They're like, "What about chicken? No, chicken. No, driving around. No." No, oh,
Bro,
no,
twisted to
The
me. It's
version
like,
with Tim McGraw. Have you ever heard that?
yeah, I don't know if I've heard
There's
of
a
it.
version with Tim McGraw.
Because for me, I come from a town of 2,000 people. You know what I mean? And
Tim,
like,
he related that song. I mean, they were like, "Was that your life?" I said, "It was kind of." I made it about football. Mine was more about, but it's like, you know, go off here, and I realized I want to go back home.
Yep.
Where the good's at.
'Cause
You know,
all I
you
ever
think
wanted
you're
to do
chasing
was-
and that's probably what I've learned the most out of this stuff is what I've chased a lot of stuff, just like you have, We want more. You know, my daddy said, "The gap between more and enough never closes, son."
your daddy, you need to write a book
son.
about the quotes from your daddy.
It's unbelievable. He used to tell his team.
That's deep.
I told somebody this the other day.
Yeah.
He used to tell his team, he said, "Boy," he coached baseball. "Boys, you can run around and tell everybody how great you are all you want to. But when you're really great, they'll tell you."
yeah.
And that's what I've always tried. My dad was he was just such a giver and helper. And at his funeral, I forgot the story. And the preacher, they've been First Methodist for 60-something years. He goes, "I remember here one day, your daddy, they sat in the same place, right? And he was helping usher or whatever. And he come walking back down the aisle and he didn't have no shoes on." And my mom was like, where are your shoes? It was a homeless man. They would let him come to church because it's downtown Athens. He didn't have no shoes. My dad told my mom, "I'll be back." I gave them to him. I'm going to go back to the house and get me some more. I'm like, that's who he was.
What Methodist church?
That's who he was.
Hold on, which Methodist church?
First Methodist.
Was it the one that's right down from the
Downtown, right next to Georgia Theater.
man? My step brother got married in that church.
No kidding. Who's
Yep.
that?
When was it?
Who?
Or who is it? So Taylor Schmidt and his wife Caroline, and I can't remember her maiden name, but that's the church that her family grew up in and everything else. So,
yeah,
beautiful church
Oh,
too,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's a big church.
You know, and once you get out here playing in musics and honky tonks, it's easy to get away. You get away from the light at the church and start following that neon. You know, and I got away from church a long time because I wasn't never home on Sunday morning. I mean, Sunday morning I was hoping I could get back home by then. So yeah.
And then when you do get home in time, you're like,
then I'm just
to get
tired.
up.
Yeah. Then all I want to do is sleep.
Well, the other thing too is like you end up going to church, and you probably see this going to church. Sometimes, like people want to come up to you and
I
try
leave
to-
before the closing prayer.
Yep.
I don't ever want to be interrupted. People couldn't understand. Brantley made his way back to Athens and showed up at my daddy's funeral. I said, "Bro, you ain't got to." He's like, "No." He chartered a plane, but I mean, I knew he would because that's just who he is.
Mm-hmm.
But and people after the, you know, when we're talking to people after, you know, people are like, where'd Brantley go? I was like, he thinks about stuff like that. He's like,
He didn't want it to be about
he's
him.
like, I'm not going to, this is Colt and his family. I don't want to talk to these people about that. I'm here for him, and everybody call my dad Coach and Colt. Like and that some people get it, some people don't.
Yeah,
he gets it.
I come in. I've got to where I come in after service starts and I leave before the closing prayer.
Yeah. And you see, for me, I'm not famous, but I know all the famous people.
Yeah.
So I've got people at church.
Right.
I mean, they'll say, hey, you know, such and such is coming to town.
You
Because
think
I live in Savannah and we got the arena there.
Yeah.
You know, Colt Ford's coming to town. You think you can get me some tickets?
You
and I'm
tell
like,
them absolutely you can. If they'll buy a T-shirt or something.
There you go.
Yeah.
well, I tell people all the time, I said, I get 2 tickets.
Right.
I get 2 tickets.
It's amazing. It's amazing how some people, the way they think it works. You know, I had a friend of mine one time. He's a ticket broker, and Jason was blowing up. He's like, "Man, can you hook me up with Jason where I can get like 40 tickets per show, and I'll give him some money after the show?" I was like, "Are you out of your mind? You think he's going to give you 40 tickets and wait for you to bring him $5,000 at the end of the night when he just got paid $1 million?" He was like, "Oh, you're not going to do it?" I'm like, nobody's going to do that. What are you saying? That's not real.
If I've got a friend that's performing or whatever, I still buy tickets for me and the family, and then I will reach out to them and say, "Hey, I'm coming out to the show. I'd love to hang out with you a little bit."
Yeah.
If they have time, they're like, "Yeah, how many tickets you need?" I'm like, No, I've already bought the tickets.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know I'm going to be there.
That's me. I'm like, hey, man.
I did it for Mark Wills. Mark Wills came to Savannah for a charity concert, right? And he texted me and he goes, "Hey, man, you going to come out to the show?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm coming." And he goes, "All right, I'll put you on the list." I said, "No, man." I said, "I've already bought tickets." And he goes, "You didn't have to." I said, "Mark, it's for a charity."
They sell his tickets?
Wow, Mark. Be careful. He's a good shot.
Yeah.
Be careful.
I love Mark.
With a golf ball and a gun.
I love Mark.
He's pretty good with both of them.
Has his episode came out yet? His episode ain't okay.
I love Mark.
It will.
What a sweet guy.
Man,
He's a phenomenal person.
He was on the show, and the night before we were sitting there with him, and we were sitting there cutting up with him at the Waffle House of all places, right over by the Grand Ole Opry.
That makes sense.
He looked at both of us and he said, we were very inappropriate. And he looked at us and he goes, deadpan, he said, "Get it out tonight."
No. Get the quote right if you're going to get it right. Yeah. He said, "Y'all two need to get this shit out of your system tonight, because if you do this when you're on the podcast tomorrow, I'm getting up and I'm leaving."
Wow.
He's like, "I still have a career."
I want you to do that. Let's do that. They can't cancel me anyway because they never let me have it. So
hey, he had been performing with the Gaithers all day, and for him to sit down and be like, "Get this shit out of your system right now."
He's over singing hymns.
You boys need Jesus. Yeah.
We're sitting there just ragging on him, busting his balls, and he's like, "Y'all get this out."
I miss that. I miss that camaraderie. I miss that with my guys, and other artists being out and giving each other a hard time, and that was hard to miss that kind of stuff.
How did you break into the music industry?
He broke in.
I did.
The door for
no,
him.
they didn't open. Yeah.
I know.
Went through the door.
I definitely broke in.
When people, I'll be with some friends or something, and you'll have some of these people that are the more poppy country fans. I'm not going to name any names of the artists, and they go, "Oh man, a Colt's music," and I go, "Hold on now," and I'll play him a Twisted.
Yeah.
I'll play him a Riding Through the Country.
That's the thing that bothers me the most. And this new record I got that just came out, called A Little Out There. I think people are going to be like, "Wait, that's Colt Ford?" Like that. I was just telling my publicist, I was just playing her song. She was like, "I didn't even know you did." I'm like, "I know, because they're so much on No Trash in My Trailer, Chicken and Visit, those kind of things.
The fun stuff.
The fun, all that kind of." And I'm like, I get it, but like this new record, I mean, I got some songs in there singing whether they're like, "Wait," even Brantley was like, "Wait, that's you?" I'm like, I didn't
actually tap the top 40.
I didn't work for a year, so I didn't. I mean, I've had 15 years straight of 125 shows plus a year. I mean, I played more shows than all of these. I didn't have no choice because they hold that over my head. Promoter go, "Well, Colt ain't on the radio." I don't. Okay, but are you concerned with being on the radio? Or are you concerned with selling tickets? Like, I don't care if a comedian is playing or not, but if he can't sell tickets, then he don't do me no good. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So it was just, I don't know. I'm just so happy to still be here and still be able to play music. And
so, how did you get your break though? I mean, like you're playing golf, and
I was I was at a PBR event helping PBR some stuff with Oh, it was Sean Gleason and when Randy Bernard was the CEO of it.
Mm-hmm.
And my ex-wife was like, you should write a song. I was always doing music, some kind of music, right? Whatever it was. I was always chasing, well, I could do that, and I chased that. No, that didn't work. Let's chase, just what'll work. And I went up to my buddy Shannon's, is the CEO of Average Joe's, our record label in Atlanta. He's a producer and music and everything. And I said, man, I'm going to do this song. It's in the PBR. And I wrote a song called Buckham, PBR. JB Mooney's in the video. He's 18 years old.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
18 years old. Him and Brian Canner were 18 years old in that video with me. First thing they'd ever done. And they came and got in that video with me. And I sent it to Randy Bernard. Now, Randy knew me because I played golf, and he would have me come out and entertain as some of the account, whatever, the sponsors. Cool. And I love radio, and I grew up around it and do it. And I sent him this song, and he goes, what is this? We're going to use this. This is going to be our theme song. How do we get it? Who do we get it from? I said, oh, that's me. And my phone immediately rings. He's like, what the hell are you talking about that shit? I was like, no, that's me. He said, I said, yeah, I wrote that. I do music too. He's like, what are you talking about? I mean, that had never been a conversation. So they made it the theme song of the PBR.
That's kind of funny because that's how I feel about the golf. I'm like, I never do that.
Yeah.
I didn't know this guy played golf.
Yeah, I mean, and that's.
If anybody would have said anything to me prior to me learning that, I'd been like, oh, I'd kick his ass on the golf course.
Yeah, not quite.
Yeah. You still a scratch golfer?
I don't know right now.
You hit balls for the first time on
I
Saturday.
hit some balls for the first time. It's crazy, because there's always the whole who's the best. And listen, again, when I first came to town, they wanted to do this whole deal with me and Vince Gill. And Vince is a great player.
Sweet pea.
Yeah, he can play.
Yeah.
He can act psychotic out there, but it is fun. He can really play. And there was me and him and Golf Digest has called me. I'm like, what? Am I going to get some money or something? They wanted me to say, I'm better. That's what they were fishing for. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I don't need to say that. I don't have to say that because I have a resume here that I can put here and he don't. So I don't know what we're talking about. Like I don't care.
He can pick a guitar better than me.
Like, I can't sing like him. I can't play like him. All that, but I'm not going to, there's no reason to have that conversation. I just never really cared. So I could always still shoot 65 when I wanted, not all the time, but I played only on the road. I didn't play at home. I was out working so much, and then sometimes I'd get playing really good, and then I might go a month and a half and not play at all because I could travel, whatever the schedule was, it just didn't work. So it's always super inconsistent. To be good, you have to practice a lot. So pandemic comes around. I can't do nothing, sitting there, and she's like, you can't just hang around here with me. You're driving me crazy. So golf course was open. So I started practicing. Then I started really practicing. Then I went and qualified and played in 2 Champions Tour events. So I went back and played.
Good Lord.
For real on the Champions Tour. I'm
at what age?
52.
So that's just a handful of years ago.
You don't.
Yeah. No. I literally 3 years ago was hitting driver 315, 9-iron, 160 yards.
You ain't got no back problems?
No, I never had any back
Really?
problems. No.
It's all hard.
I was still shooting.
That's ridiculous.
Out of Old Hickory, I'd shoot 63, 4, 5. I was playing the guy, and this is the difference, though. What people don't know: when I was getting ready to go, I was shooting every round at Old Hick or wherever it was 5, 6, 7, 8 under. I was just back in that zone again, and it just people I was getting. They're like, man, you go out there, man. You can go out there and you play good. You win. You could. I said, you realize, like, Steve Stricker and Jim Furyk, and I grew up playing with those guys. You realize for the last 20 years, I've been playing music. They've still been playing golf for a living. People don't have a concept of how good everybody truly.
I watched an interview not too long ago, and it blew my mind. I think it was Phil Mickelson talking about a shot that he had during one of the Masters or something, and he starts breaking down this golf shot, and he was
I grew up with Phil. I've known Phil since he was 13 years old.
He started talking about the way the grass was laying,
dude.
The grain of the grass, the humidity. I was like, are you kidding me?
No. He's dead ass serious. Mm-hmm. My old fiddle player, we were out in California, and he's a golfer, and I call Phil. Phil's like, I'll come get you. I'll go to lunch. So Justin is fired up. obviously I'm too. He's my buddy, but I've known him my whole life. And Justin wants to ask him a question about a nine. He goes, how far you hit a 9-iron? And Phil goes, well, it depends. And he started talking to him, and I thought his head was going to explode. Because, I mean, he really knows this stuff. Like,
That's the way he looks at it in his head when he's looking at a ball.
100%. He's going, well, if it's this temperature and there's a little moisture, it will fly 2 yards further. He's like,
that's wild to me.
With his 9-iron, he's like, I have about 50. He's ran down. He's about 15 different shots, and he's like, and Justin's like, what? I mean, like
average. What is your 9-iron? For the love of God,
what are you talking about? Like,
but he can hit it 15 different ways.
I know.
He's like,
he really meant that. So when I went back to first time I got in Pebble Beach playing AT&T, I took Justin, my fiddle player at that time, out to caddy for me. Well, I mean, this is actual PJ Tour event, so it's not like yes, it's a pro-am, but the PJ Tour, I mean, it's, everybody's out here. I mean, like,
it's a sanctioned event.
Dustin Johnson's right here, Jordan Spieth's right. I mean, like, it's a PJ Tour event. First prize is $1 million, and he's caddying for me. Well, in my mind, I immediately went back to golf professional. The way I played golf for a living is not the way we played golf every day out there farting around on the golf cart or whatever, raking putts and everything. So I'm asking him questions that he don't have no idea the answer to, because I'm talking to him like I used to talk to a player. Because if you got out there and heard caddies talking PGA Tour with players, it might freak you out what they talk about, all the numbers that they know. I mean, like, I was asking him questions and he's trying to look at the yardage book. I'm going, because you can't use rangefinders out there. It's a yardage book. And I'm going, what's the carry over that and over that corner? And he's like, huh? He didn't know anything. He didn't know any of that stuff. And I forget that he don't know it because I'm used to having a real caddy that knows all these numbers that I need. Are
caddies good at golf too?
A lot of them are. Oh yeah. Teddy that caddies for Scotty Scheffler's
the Masters, they always let the caddy take a few shots or whatever on the practice.
And I've always thought about that. There's a lot of
former players that are caddies now. I meant, hell, Mario Tazzani is playing on the Champions Tour now. That's Steve Stricker's brother-in-law. When I played that event, he was caddying for Steve, and now he's back. He's out playing on the Champions Tour.
Really?
Yeah. So it's pretty. It's golf is it's a weird one.
Let's get back to the music.
All right.
Let's get back to the music. You've got an album coming out. When is that dropping?
November 7th. It's already out there.
Yeah, so it's already out there.
Everybody, if they ain't bought it, they need to go get it for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it.
Be thankful. I brought some for you, so don't you worry. I got you.
What you got? What's on the album? What's this album going to look and feel like?
I had started the record before the accident and finished the 60-70% after. There will be a record to come that is written since the accident. This is not it. I will do that. I just haven't written it yet. But this record is, I think, my publicist, who's had been a day one Colt Ford fan, where she grew up in Alabama. She's like, "This is my favorite album of yours," and I'm like, "Wow." I did a lot of stuff that I hadn't really. They weren't. I don't think people like, whoa, I didn't know you could do that. I mean, I got quite a few songs from Hardy. I mean, he's a genius. I mean, like, it's a lot of fun. But I did what I always do. I reached out to a couple of guys I found online, internet, younger guys. I'm like, hey, man, I dig what you're doing. They're like, you're going to let me? I'm like, yeah, man. I've always done that.
Really?
I've always done that. I've always reached out.
You're like the king of collaboration.
I've always. You want to hear another funny thing? No top 40 song. I've never been nominated for a collab in any award show.
How?
Never.
I don't know if you've ever done a song that doesn't have a collaboration.
I have, but I've never been. I'm like looking at this. I'm going, what the hell song is that? I never heard that song. I don't even know what it is. I'm like, but that's a collab and not me. Okay, got it. I don't know. Perfect example, CMT. When Jason played Road Anthem on CMT, they brought Ludacris out there with him. I'm like, I was sitting over there. I could have done it.
I know the words.
That's wild to me. Why is the? Now, you may not want to talk about this, but why is Nashville always kind of shunned you?
I was just too early. Obviously, I was so different when I met. I didn't see it that way. I met Charlie Daniel. Mr. Charlie was so good to me, and he's like, Colt, I feel like you just picking up where I left off. Recitation Records were around before. That was around before the term rap was ever even invented.
Because Charlie wasn't accepted either.
No,
And people, Charlie
not early on. Charlie was
didn't-
rocking. They thought he was rock and roll. He was the devil.
Charlie didn't get inducted in. He didn't get accepted into the Grand Ole Opry until he was 80, 70 something.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he
I'd
died
I'd been playing music in Nashville for 12, 13 years, so sort of before I ever even walked in the Opry, before I even stood in there.
Yeah.
Never. I've been one time.
Really?
Yeah. So, I was just early.
You've
and
never played the Opry?
I have. I played
Okay.
it once now. Yeah.
They've only had you play it once.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm not tripping on any of that stuff. I'm so lucky to still be playing music,
They
man.
kicked me off the red carpet during their 100th celebration a couple months
Good
ago.
for you.
Yeah,
What'd you
hell
do?
yeah, brother.
Yeah, baby. At
And
least
you-
you
and you
got
thought-
it. At least
and
you got on it.
What'd I do?
And
I
you
asked
thought
Chris-
Outlaw Country was
Yeah,
gone.
you thought it was gone.
Oh, yeah,
You getting that hair is fantastic.
Hey, you know what? That's
Don't-
actually we
don't-
should, thank
No.
you.
I
Don't
love
feed
it.
the pigeons,
You like
Cole.
that?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Cole,
It is
That's
a
a good
vibe.
song that we should all three write. They thought outlaw music was gone forever. You a songwriter?
Let's do it.
Yeah. No,
need
they
to.
kicked me off the red carpet because I asked sweet little Crystal Gale if she preferred breast or thighs, and I don't think her publicist.
No.
Well, I think her publicist took
Yeah.
it the wrong way.
Right.
Well, when I asked her, because I just asked the question, I just walked up and said breast or thighs.
were
Crystal
talking
said,
about
Crystal
chicken.
said, well, you would think, but apparently her mind, Crystal's mind was in the gutter. She said, oh my God. I was like, we're talking about chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then her publicist went to the Opry people. I think it was her I never got confirmed, but it had to have been. She was the only one that clutched pearls.
She's still
Right,
beautiful.
Well, now the next time you do that though, and you start asking that question, all of
did
a sudden he steps into the picture with a bucket of chicken and biscuits.
Yes.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Well,
That's
I
a good idea.
actually did it. Ford and TikTok brought me out to
They'll
do the-
definitely
do-
kick me out too. So.
Yeah, I asked Zach Brown live on video.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, thighs, dark meat."
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're talking about chicken, right? He said, "Absolutely."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Georgia boy. Absolutely.
It's all in where your mind's at,
You know what upset me about Jason Aldean doing
Tell
that
me.
song though was leaving out the other verse.
Well, the other verse didn't come till later.
Oh,
You talking
really?
about Brantley's verse?
Yes.
Yeah, that was only a special song. That verse was not on the song when
y'all first cut it?
when Jason heard it.
Because I love.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was brought up in a small town, North Georgia, raised on some Baptist morals. Yeah, it's So what he did for me, probably again saved my music career. He took me out on stage, let me play. Just made me.
He's a good guy, man.
Dude, stood over to the side and sung the choruses with me, and we did Ride Through the Country. We did Driving Around song. We did The Ride, and we did Country Must Be Countrywide because we wrote that together, and of course we did Dirt Road.
Country must be countrywide. Oh, dude, that one line in that song. And I forget which line it is, but it's towards the front, always just hits right. And I'm like, that's awesome.
Grew up south of the Mason-Dixon.
Yeah.
Hunting, fishing, cuts. Yeah,
Your music, I think, when you buy a side by side,
Yeah.
I think it's already programmed into
that
the
and
radio.
boats. Like people like,
It is the
that's
best.
all we listen to on the lake. I'm like, awesome.
Spend more time on the lake.
What's amazing is a radio guy come up, man. I'm like, as a program director, man, we blast your stuff on the lake. Would you please blast it on the radio? I meant like, clearly it works.
Yeah.
I meant like, when I came on, they thought I was a boogeyman. I think. I meant like that's the way they treated me. I meant like it was always like
He's cutting against the grain.
Yeah, they were like, I don't know if you're country. I'm like, well, where are you from?
I'm going to tell you right now, you're more country
I
than
promise you.
99% of things that are on radio right
I
now.
promise you.
Oh, that's a damn
1,000%.
I promise you.
Especially Cole Swindell's
Yeah.
old non-singing ass.
Oh,
Hey, shout out to Auto-Tune, baby.
I love it.
but no, that's what really pisses me off because I'll be with some people, like I said earlier.
And they
I'm
think
like-
of me as some. It's
And I'm
almost
like,
a
guys,
joke, kind of.
yeah, I'm like, guys, listen to the words of this. This is as country as it gets.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you're thinking this is country rap.
That's
And-
what. So I never called
No.
myself that. Early on, and I'm like, I'm a country artist. I said, did you call Toby Keith a country rap artist when you did it? You talk about your friends and you talk. I asked, what's his name that wrote that song? I said, what were you trying to do? He said, write a country rap song. That's what he told me.
Yeah.
Bobby Braddock. He don't know shit about rap. What are you talking about? He told me that at luncheon. I said, what are you trying to do, Mr. Braddock? Trying to write a country rap song. What do you think? I didn't create this. What do you think the devil went down to Georgia is?
It's a
What do you
country
think
rap
that
song,
is?
Sitting on a
man.
bar stool acting like a darn fool.
What I mean, so
Yeah.
many. What do you throw on some Jerry Reed?
Yeah.
I meant like listen to Smoke, Smoke, Smoke that cigarette. Listen to Hot Rod Lincoln. Those are
Oh, Junior Brown.
Those are recitation
Yeah,
records.
yeah.
What are you talking about? Like that's
Yeah.
I didn't invent it. So I certainly put my own spin on it, but that's what you're supposed to do as an artist. I meant like
Yeah.
so I've evolved. What I've tried to do is evolve as an artist and songwriting and stuff. And
Are you proud to see guys like Jelly Roll who I feel like they're carrying
Absolutely.
your torch now?
absolutely, I meant somebody had to run through the door first. I mean,
Yeah.
that's always the case, and you can always look back and go, boy, they didn't get the credit they deserve. What? I never played music to win a trophy or win an award. I'd be lying to you if I said it wouldn't be cool to get one or to at least be recognized.
You can take Love and Thefts with you if you want to. Just say that's a parting gift for you.
I'm happy we played a lot of stuff with them early on, but I meant like I just never. I don't know, man. I just tried. I've always tried to be honest with my music. Like I don't write fantasy stuff. I mean, if I was normally watching it or hold my beer and watch. I mean, I seen somebody do it or whatever. Like,
Hold on, you about to lie now talking about you don't write fantasy stuff. Can we go to your music video where it was essentially Twilight was what you were?
But the video.
That video
That's
I
the
played.
greatest country music video of all time, and you can kiss
Colt.
if you say it ain't.
I swear on my Bible app, Colt. I've shown that video probably more times than any other country music video in my history.
So the PA on that, we shoot that thing to look like really Twilight, the first two Twilight movies. I'm playing Edward. I'm 325 pounds, and we were shooting this shit out here in Nashville in June. I'm wearing full. They shot that in like Canada in November. These makeup artist girls are crying because they had to make me have glowing, white skin like he had. His skin was pale. Have you ever seen the video? Oh my god!
Oh my
I
gosh!
gotta go see
Those
that.
We
lines.
did the whole thing. I'm like, she's like, little girl, Lindsay Hager that was singing me. She was in my band. The little girl, she's beautiful. The whole thing. She's like, she was doing the whole thing. You're impossibly fat, and I know what you want. You want my chicken and biscuits. It's so damn funny.
But you in that video too, where I mean, like the way you would turn.
Oh, dude, it's so funny.
It's so good.
So it's 100 degrees while we're shooting this. I have on a full giant jacket, long sleeve, complete white makeup. They're trying to not let it run. The girls are crying. I'm like, I can't help it. I weigh 330. I'm sorry. The PA had a heat stroke 2 hours into the video. It's so funny. When I run and when they speed up running. Oh my God, dude.
The whole video
And
is,
the characters, how good they look like the characters from the movie. Like they're really authentic. So funny.
It is
So
so
funny.
good.
That's fantasy, but that's video. That's not the song. The song was real. Chicken Biscuits is a love song, man.
We're about to have to wrap it up. Would you stay for an extra 10 minutes and do the after hours with
I'll
us?
stay.
We
I'll
do about
stay
an
2
extra
hours
10
if you
minutes
want.
and put it on Patreon. So,
I don't got
make
nothing
sure
to do.
y'all, but how we've talked about things just kind of work out for a reason,
Yeah.
with I was asked last night by Carissa is, do we want this person or this person doing Thanksgiving episode? And I didn't give any thought to it. And I can't think of a more fitting story and
I got a lot to
person
be thankful for. I'm going to tell you
to
that.
have on for Thanksgiving.
You're right.
So,
You were talking about I was telling you stories about my dad. My favorite thing, I told TL this morning. You start to realize, you remember, oh God, he said this. He said, all these things. My dad praying every meal. No, I don't care where we are. I mean, we're going to pray. Every time my dad entered prayer, he'd say, and Father, help me to be mindful of the many needs of others.
mm-hmm.
He always said that my whole life. And it just stuck with me. Like, it really messed me up, this event. And it made me, in my head, all kind of things. But I'm still so blessed and so lucky. And I can still make a difference for somebody else. And that's more important than having a number one song. I don't care what you say. I mean, would I like to have a song, I told Radio, I said, y'all ever heard a country artist come in here and say they'd throw a party for a number 20? I'd throw a damn party for a top 20 song.
Everybody getting chicken and biscuits for number 20.
A number 20, I'd be happy as a puppy with 2 Peters.
Well, Lord have mercy.
I mean, I would be happy.
Colt, before we get into any more, on the after hours, we've only done this. This will be like the third time we've done it on the podcast. But do you want to end it with a prayer? You want to lead us in a prayer to end it?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Dear Lord, thank you for this opportunity for us to be here together, for us to fellowship with friends, new friends, old friends, to talk about what we love and to talk about you and to glorify you and us all still being here and having an opportunity to make a difference in people's life. Thank you for these guys and their podcast and giving me the opportunity to be a part of it and them speaking to people. And thank you for allowing me to still speak to people and allowing me to still be here and tell the world how great you are. Help us to be mindful of the many needs of others. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see you on After Hours. Listen, did you know? Well, thanks for tuning in. White Trash with Money podcast.